Hey everybody, welcome to ABA Inside Track, the podcast that's like reading in your car, but safer. I'm your host, Robert Perry Cruz, and with me on our 50th episode, or 50th preview episode, is my fabulous co-host.
It's Diana!
And my other fabulous co-host.
It's Jackie wearing stripes.
I'm wearing stripes too!
We always wear stripes.
You guys usually wear stripes, it's true.
But we don't plan it.
50 episodes of stripes.
We don't plan it. I tell you, I don't call her and be like, BT Dubs, I'm wearing stripes today. That doesn't happen.
So, in any case, ABA Inside Track is not a podcast about Stripes, the fashion accessory, or Stripes, the 80s comedy with Bill Murray. It's a podcast about discussion of behavior, of behavior analysis and behavior analytic research.
Cool.
And as we've done in every other preview episode, we are here to tell you what articles will be read, discussed at length in next week's full-length episode on the very exciting topic of mental health and applied behavior analysis.
Wait, Rob.
Wait, I'm waiting.
I don't think that ABA and mental health go together.
You shut your mouth! You shut your mouth, Jackie! You quiet! No!
No. That's enough from you.
Be gone before somebody drops a house on you.
Rob likes ranting about this issue.
I'm gonna
We're
rant.
not gonna
I'm gonna
rant.
rave.
We're not going to rant. Stop raving.
we might rant on our full length episode, so you should jump in and see.
That's ignorance. It's ignorance, Jackie. It's ignorance to think that. Of course, behavior analysis can do mental health.
I love it when Rob rants because his veins pop out of his head.
Do they?
No,
I can't
but
see
I wish
myself.
they did. I always imagine that they do. Like
No,
little blue
not
ones.
really.
Like
I just get louder and louder.
But anyway,
So
we're doing it.
For those of you who work mainly with individuals with challenging behavior or individuals with autism, you might be surprised to hear that behavior analysis actually does have a history in working with individuals with mental health challenges, and not just, say, anxiety, which we did talk about in one of our episodes, but also schizophrenia, depression, other mental health. I'm blanking on all of them all of a sudden.
It's okay.
But those are some of the main ones.
Personality
Is research.
disorder,
Yes, personality
bipolar.
disorder. So there are a lot of areas in which behavior analysis can help, and there is research to support the use of behavior analytic principles in the treatment of mental health issues. So we thought, well, let's do kind of a general overview looking at behavior analysis and mental health. So we're going to have 3 articles. 2 we're mainly going to talk about. One that just sort of popped out and seemed interesting enough to mention, but it's a short one. The 2 main articles that we're going to be discussing are, to lift it up here, Application of Applied Behavior Analysis to Mental Health Issues by Harvey, Luiselli, and Wong from Psychological Services, 2009, and Behavior Analysis of Psychotic Disorders, Scientific Dead End or Casualty of the Mental Health Political Economy by Wong from Behavior and Social Issues, 2006. And then we have a little amuse-bouche of an article, Questions about Behavioral Function in Mental Illness, a behavior checklist for functional assessment of maladaptive behavior exhibited by individuals with mental illness from by Singh, Matson, Lancioni, Singh, Adkins, McKeegan, and Brown from Behavior Modification, 2006.
Cool.
I can't wait.
Yeah, we're going to get into, could behavior analysis do something with mental health? And if so, how come most people don't really think of behavior analysis? Because it's a conspiracy. Conspiracy. Everybody. Okay.
Calm it down.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry.
Took your tinfoil hat off too soon. Keep that thing on.
Yes. So, mental health. That'll be coming out on our full-length episode next week.
Cool.
In the meantime,
Number 50.
Number 50,
We
our
glided
50th
right
episode.
past that point, but I feel like that's a big landmark.
It's super big.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
We should throw ourselves
Great
a
job,
birthday
guys.
party.
Good job.
A 50th birthday party. An over-the-hill birthday party with black balloons.
That would have been fun.
And a 5-0 next time.
Oh, well.
At 100. At 100, we'll try to get on the Smuckers commercial. Do they still do that?
I don't think
know.
so.
Celebrating 100 years.
Schmackers.
I used to love that. Oh, my gosh. I used to be so proud of those people. Most of them were ladies, but some of them were men.
Yeah.
Celebrating her 108th birthday today. Way to go, Agatha.
I loved that too.
Oh, gosh. I wanted it to be
Agatha.
me.
I do not remember. I just remember the Smuckers make jams and jellies.
Pop up. Their picture pop up in the corner.
Yeah, and they're usually in nursing homes.
Where was this?
It was on the Today Show or close to the Today Show.
Oh.
What's that guy's name?
Wilford Brimley.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I know you're Scott.
Willard Scott.
Willard Scott. Yay,
Willard
we
Scott.
did it.
Yeah.
Willard Scott.
So, yeah, he would celebrate their birthdays. And so when we have 100 episodes, I will bring birthday stuff for
We'll
us.
see if Willard Scott
Sweet.
And
is,
Willard
I don't
Scott
know
will
if he's
come.
still around.
Dear Willard, I love your name. I also love the movie. Love, Jackie.
With the rats?
Oh, wait. I forgot to tell you why I'm emailing you. LOL. But anyway.
All right. Well, we're not there yet. We're
Nope.
gonna have to wait another
No.
2 years to get to episode 100.
Okay.
But until then, we can celebrate 50.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo woo. We're so old. But yet so young looking.
I feel like we're about ready to seg into our
yeah.
Errata segment of
Yeah,
the
me
preview
too.
episode, in which we talk about random things, emails from listeners, and also things that might have come up on the Facebook page, which is what we're going to do this episode. So for those of you who don't know, we have this podcast, but we also have a Facebook page where we link articles that are related to behavior analysis, to autism, sometimes just sort of to general psychology or science. And we had 2 postings in the past 2 or 3 weeks that I think kind of related to some of the issues we'll be talking about with mental health. And that really goes to the idea of, do we have enough behavior analysts, and are they allowed to do the job that they are trained to do, that we are trained to do, because we're behavior analysts?
We are. All of us.
And that really came
The short
from...
answer is no to
Yes.
both of those questions.
And that really came from, one was a post that I found in, and I only noted it because it was from South Carolina, where Diana lived for many, many years. And it kind of struck me as, I wonder what's going on there. And it really had to do with the fact that there are just not enough behavior analysts in South Carolina. So what do you do when you do not have enough behavior analysts just to provide sort of, basic, basic not in the sense of not complicated, but basic in
Right.
the sense of sort of what people think of behavior analysts as treatment for children with autism.
Right.
What do you do when you don't have enough people to treat autism? You just make it easier for anyone who wants to treat autism to call themselves behavior specialists and treat autism.
Right.
Yeah.
So the background there is that they're not requiring certification or licensure
Ooh.
to call yourself a behavior specialist and do basically what a behavior analyst would do, because there just are not enough to go around.
Wouldn't you love to go to a doctor that was not qualified?
We didn't have
And
enough doctors.
We didn't
this
have enough
month,
doctors, so Jackie gets to be the doctor today, and they come in and I'm like, oh, let's find that
But
really...
I am a doctor.
Right? Just not that kind. Let's find that cool place on your knee that when I hit it, your leg moves. Oh, you're sick? Doesn't matter. Let's just find that cool place on your knee that when I hit it, your leg moves.
So as you can see, and
So
most
that's scary.
yeah, most of the comments we received on that article was, what are they thinking? This is a terrible idea. Some people did have some ideas as to better ways to
Right.
increase the number of behavior analysts that currently exist in the state of South Carolina.
Pay
to-
them more was
Mhm.
one.
Yep, certainly could pay them more, could set up better training programs.
Telehealth. We could do some telehealth training.
Yeah, I did rant a little bit about how it did seem to be kind of one of the big failings of government and modern government, in that the easiest way to come up with a solution is not to actually say, what can we do that 4 years from now will be a meaningful change, because nobody wants to vote for your idea from 4 years from now. They want to vote for, did you fix the problem immediately? And I guess if you say, we now have 10,000 more people who can provide treatment for kids with autism, that sounds great, right? Until, it's not good treatment, or it's harmful treatment and it makes the situation worse. But hey, you won't know that till a year or two from now when it starts being a big problem.
Right.
So that was one of the areas we wanted to talk about, and the other was Liz Drago. I know we don't always use people's names when they message us, but she is part of the New York State legislative board for behavior analysts. So I figured, as that's a known quantity, she would not mind having it known who she is. She had emailed us an article and sort of an op-ed piece that she and her group had written in regards to New York's very bizarre law, in that licensed behavior analysts are only licensed to treat children with autism. So you cannot work in any field other than autism. And I first heard that, I think, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I immediately thought, I'm never going to move and work in New York State,
Right.
because that would severely curtail my ability to practice what I have been trained to do.
Mm-hmm.
And while there's certainly nothing wrong with working with children with autism, it does really cut down on the amount of services a behavior analyst can effectively provide. So I posted that. I shared that on the page. So if you do work in New York, then Liz had shared some links as to who you could get in touch with to let them know your feelings on the matter. I think some representative links. So she shared all that. So that should be on the page. And yes, please, if you are in New York, please make it known you can do more than just one thing with your certification and with your licensure. There's a lot behavior analysis can do.
Absolutely.
I agree.
So those were kind of the big posts that we had the past few weeks. There have been some other fun ones too, like is autism going to get rid of the puzzle piece, or groups using the puzzle piece? Is that going out of style as sort of the symbol of autism?
Is it?
In some groups, yes. It's not yet, but it's one of those areas that it was a good symbol, some groups feel, and it might have outlived its usefulness,
Right.
and now it's sort of seen as a negative image as opposed to a positive image.
I could see that.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
I try to find lots of interesting articles when I can, and
Rob's
I post
so
them
good
up
at
there.
that.
Thank
Rob's
you. I
really
try
good at
very
that.
hard
Yeah.
to do that, except for the weeks I get tired and I don't do it. But most weeks I do, so hooray.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. And Dinah, we had some emails. We had an email that you
Yeah,
wanted to...
I had picked out one that I was going to read a portion of. So we had listener Kristen who wrote in and showed us a really lovely, expansive email on many topics.
was
Thank
very
you, Kristen. It was
comprehensive.
great to read. But she was really interested in the anxiety episode that we had, which is number 43. So it came out not too long ago. So I was just going to pull out a little bit of some of the things that she was thinking about related to anxiety. So Kristen said, preventing anxiety may arguably be connected to other internal events, such as private thoughts contributing to how we feel in any given moment and then responding to the environment in front of us based on how we feel in that moment. We could even call those private thoughts setting events. It seems that these setting events can affect how we may respond to certain stimuli in our environment, and those responses may vary based on the setting event in place. Per Skinner, we acknowledge and accept private events as a behavior, so shouldn't we be able to shape that behavior like any other operant behavior? Changing those private events may impact the perception of the environment we are experiencing externally, and therefore change our reaction to that environment in any given situation. Ultimately, it seems to me that some of us acknowledge those internal conditions as possible contributions to behavioral changes, but that's where it ends. So I thought that was a really helpful contribution to the overall talk that we had about anxiety. There's so much to say related to that topic that we really just kind of got the surface scratched there. So we've had a lot of people comment on that episode, and the one preceding it was 42, which was on CMOs, and a lot of people have written in about both of those. It seemed to really get people thinking on that. So thanks you guys for helping to contribute to the overall conversation on those topics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
so much
thanks,
for writing in,
Kristen.
Kristen. And thanks for everyone who has emailed us at abainsidetrack@gmail.com or commented or written or shared posts on our Facebook page. We're also on Twitter, and we have our website, abainsidetrack.com. Our podcasts come out every Wednesday, and next week, like we said, you will have a full-length episode on the topic of mental health and applied behavior analysis. Until then, though, thank you so much, Jackie and Diana, for being here for all these
Sure.
50 episodes.
Thank you.
Technically, we didn't have 50 preview episodes because I think we didn't start these till
we
the
didn't.
second or third.
Yeah, but that's okay.
But that's fine. We'll retcon that. We've done these all along, right?
Yeah.
And thank you, all of you out there. So join us next week for our full-length episode. But until then, keep responding. Bye.
Bye.